So what I'd like to do now is give you a very basic high-level introduction to dressage. The first thing that we've done before we've come to the dressage arenas is to introduce ourselves to the event organiser, to take any instructions that they may have on safety or how to shoot these particular events or where we're allowed to be placed. So we've come to this arena now. As you can see, the dressage arena is outlined with the white barriers here, and behind us is the judge's car. The judge is there to mark the movement, score the movements of the rider who is in the dressage test. When the judge is ready for the next contestant to go in, they'll beep their horn and the contestant will start to enter from the far side of the arena and perform a number of set movements, a bit like ballet. Dressage is a bit like ballet for horses, so they perform a set number of movements within the test that they get scored on. If there is ever any instruction from the dressage judges, obviously you must follow that. You must stay at least 10 metres away from the white arena itself. This is so that you don't distract the horse or the rider doing their test. There's a number of shots that work and don't work with dressage, and we'll go through some of those when we get back to the office.
So now we're back in the office, let's have a look at some of the dressage photos that sell. Dressage photos are notoriously difficult to take good photos. It's a subjective sport, but there are a few photos that you should try and aim to get from your dressage day. Many dressage tests require the rider to ride into the arena and do what they call a halt salute. This is, as you can see on screen here, a nice photo where the horse is stationary right in front of the judge and the rider sort of bows. It's a good shot to take. The positioning for you as a photographer at this stage is probably behind the judge's car or just to the side of the judge's car so that you can get a nice angle on the horse and obviously use the light to your favour. The horse and rider will then perform a series of test movements around the whole arena. What you're trying to capture is the horse and rider looking fantastic with the natural light on the horse and nothing in the background or no distractions in the background. You can see in this photo that the horse's front left leg is stretched out in front of it, and the front right leg here is back, creating a V in between the two horses' front legs. And you can see here that the back legs create a slightly smaller but also a V. This shows the stretched movement of the horse, so it shows it in a particular pose that is a really nice photo of a horse. So these are the sorts of photos that you're looking for from your dressage, but also looking at the background that is not a messy background, not a distracting background. Also using, as you can see here, the natural light very nicely on this side of the horse to bring out its veins and the different muscle structures in the horse as well. If you don't use the natural light, you'll not get this nice lighting pattern on the horse. The next photo shows the V shape that we were talking about in the front legs and the back legs even more prominently. This is a lovely shot. Even though there is a rider in the background, that rider's nicely blurred out. The horse and rider that is our subject here is filling the frame. The natural light is on the horse and obviously captured it really nicely here. This is a great dressage shot. Nice shot here again. We've lost the V slightly, but we do have this nice flick up of both of the legs. And the dressage riders here are looking for both legs to be flicking up at the same time. Shows a nicely balanced horse. And yeah, so if you can get both hooves kind of at the same angle and flicking up, that's an example of a nice shot as well. After the test is over, the horse and rider are still in the arena. But as you can see from this kind of photo, once the final movement has been done, all the stress and pressure of the test situation comes off the horse and rider. And there's a really nice opportunity here to get the rider nicely smiling and patting the horse and in a relaxed movement. So worth capturing those. It's not part of the test, but it does make a really nice photo, as you can see here. So that's a very quick overview of taking photos that sell for dressage. When you're taking these photos, especially for the first time, you won't capture things correctly, okay? You must be ruthless about your culling. Never upload photos where the horse is looking slightly distressed with its movement or the horse and rider aren't looking great. Not only will they not sell, but people really dislike those photos being seen by other people. So do be ruthless about your culling for dressage until you get really used to it, and hopefully this acts as a good guide for you to get great photos.